Hi, this is Mary.
Hi, this is Jackie.
And this is Bird Barf.
Yay!
Yay! All right, so today is a little bit weird because my computer is constantly overheating and really mad at me, but also we don't actually have Tina with us today because Tina's doing things like being social and stuff like that. I know. So today it's myself and Jackie again because last week we were talking about what we could discuss for today, and we both had seen James Bond, so we thought we'd talk about that. But we have a history with James Bond anyway, don't we?
Yes, we do. I saw my first James Bond movie with you. I was introduced to James Bond via Daniel Craig and Mary.
Yay!
Yay! So, because
Yeah,
I had zero interest in it before sophomore year of college. So,
yeah. And we went to go see Casino Royale. Was it sophomore year or freshman year? It was freshman year.
sophomore year.
It was during finals, and we're like, screw it, let's just go watch this movie. And it wound
Yes.
up being really good.
Yeah, I like the more masculine, less pretty version of James
Hmm.
Bond. I like it. I like him rough and rugged and pissed off.
Well, Timothy Dalton like drives a semi and then it explodes. So I mean, he could be a James Bond for you.
He could, but all I'm ever gonna see is I'm a slasher. You must stop me. I'm a slasher of prices. So I'm
I
never
know.
ever going to be able to separate him from Hot Fuzz.
That's true. And by all means, we should not ever.
No.
Although I will say Pierce Brosnan Goldeneye, the first one is really, really good. And then the rest of them just skip to Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
Okay, so Spectre. So it's the fourth one. Um, I really like Casino Royale. I really like Skyfall. I pretend that Quantum of Solace didn't happen.
I am on the same page as that.
And I think we are of similar opinions on this one, but I think I'm a little more pessimistic.
I would agree.
Okay.
I think in the sense that I think we do have similar ideas about it, but I also think that I enjoyed it probably more than you did.
Okay, so I will say for Spectre, and again, we're going to try and do this without spoilers, so we'll see how much editing I have to do. I think the opening scene is like the best thing in the entire movie.
I love the opening scene. I was talking to a couple people about this yesterday, and really, aside from all the other issues that you may have about the villain, about the story, about any
Mhm.
plot holes or things that get dropped, the opening sequence is probably the best one out of all of the Daniel Craig ones. Not the credits, but the actual opening sequence. The scale
Um,
is massive, and it speaks to your love of Sam Mendes's grandness.
yes, which I think is something that then got unfortunately lost with the rest of the movie. Because Sam Mendes, what he did so great with Skyfall were those huge establishing shots. And then
Yeah.
in this movie, it's like, excellent. Let's take that same director and put him in some alleyways.
Yeah.
The action wasn't bad. I liked the action. It did have apparently the biggest cinematic explosion in history.
Well, it was an impressive explosion. I will say that. I
It
really
was.
enjoyed it.
It's really cool. Yeah, it was done really well. Um, I did not think the love stories were done well. I
I have
hesitate to call them love stories.
I I have so many negative feelings about this, and I'm not even sure that I can say them because I feel like it would be too spoilery.
It's really hard to talk about this movie because one of the things is that there's a lot of, we were talking about this yesterday, where it feels like someone had a fistful of plot threads which got caught in a stiff breeze and like half of them blew away
Yeah.
partially to completion, and they're just like, oh well, let's just leave them in because things happen and you go, wait a minute, what happened with that, or how is this connected, or what the, and it
It
just
doesn't
sort of
make a
feels
lot
like
of sense.
yeah, it's like they forgot.
Yeah. They said it and then they
Yeah.
left it. It felt like it did feel in that sense there were I mean, and obviously the love story was disjointed and the
Monica
mentioning of
Bellucci didn't really need to be in it. That was, I think, the issue, which you kind of are speaking. It's like, why is she in this
yeah.
movie? That interaction made me uncomfortable. It feels, and so that's
Racist.
another word. It's just like, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be feeling about this because I'm not sure what they're feeling about it. And it's like, oh, okay. And it was like, they made this big deal about her being in the movie.
Yeah, and
And
she's in it for
she's,
less than 15 minutes.
yeah. And it was just like, that's not giving an older actress a role that's just like, hey, look,
It's a
she's still
nod
a
to
sex
something.
object. Yeah, don't you feel better? It's like, what?
I mean, really, most of the time that she was on screen, I just kept thinking, well, first of all, your feet must kill because those heels are 6 inches tall and they have no platform. And then my second thought was, you can't walk through grass in those heels. Because I've tried. I don't see, now that we're talking about it, like, obviously I see problems with it, but at the same time, like, I'm just a sucker. Like, we talked about this with the third Spider-Man and how much you hated it, but I was like, but it was a team, and the team got together, and the team, like, this is why I like all of the Avengers movies, because I'm like, teamwork, yay! I don't know why. I'm not a teamwork kind of person. I hate group projects, but every time in a movie this happens, I just get so excited, and I was like, oh my god, it's Voldemort and Q. It's gonna be awesome. So I enjoyed the ending. I don't enjoy Christoph Waltz, and I'm really upset about that.
Yeah,
Daddy
he doesn't have
love me.
Yeah, he didn't have convincing motivation, and I think it was underwhelming to the extreme.
Yes. And also the torture scenes were not comfortable.
No.
Like, watching
I don't even know why he had that stuff.
That guy's knees was way more comfortable for me in Taken. Like, that was that was way easier for me to take. Yeah. That's all I'll say about that.
All right. Well, okay. So I mean, yeah, the movie frustrated me. Like I said, I'll still take my mother to go see it. But
I rank this 3 out of 4. Skyfall and Casino Royale are tied for 1 because I bounce back and forth, and then this, and then Quantum of Solace.
I think, I will give this. I think I gave it a 2 out of 4, and the 2 is because it was still it still managed to be entertaining despite the fact that I have so many issues with it.
Yeah.
I give it 2 though because I think it's got too many problems. It's not like, I think Quantum of Solace is like a negative for me, so this is just sort of like, all right, and I think
I'll give it a B- in terms of like actually how the movie did, because really I loved the ending. Okay, right. So
all right, so those are our very well thought out opinions on James Bond.
We've thought about it a lot. We spent the last 9 years dissecting stuff like this. So,
and they kept playing Casino Royale, and our school got the rights to show it on their like private channel over and over again. So we've seen Casino Royale at least 1,000 times.
Yes, that was the best part of college, was that movie channel.
And we kept turning it on when it would, like, the truck would explode.
Yeah, it was always the exact same moment.
Mm-hmm.
So
it was great.
But so we've spent lots of time thinking about this, and that's why you listen, because we have such valuable opinions about this.
That's why
we should be critics. We should be critics.
Well, thank you everybody for listening. Tina will be back next week, I hope, unless she's hidden and I never find her.
Could be.
Yeah, but we'll talk to you later. Bye.
Well, thanks for having me again. Bye.
Thank you for coming.